still remember the night everything felt slightly out of place. It was a late shift. Nothing unusual about that. I've worked railway operations for almost 11 years. Night shifts were normal for me. Quiet stations, empty platforms, routine checks that never changed. That night, I was assigned the Western Line. Final inspection before the line closure. At least, that's what I thought. Because when I checked the system at 2:47 a.m., something new appeared. A scheduled service. No train number I recognized. No operator assigned. No origin listed. Just one entry. 3:14 departure. Western Line. I assumed it was a system glitch, until I checked again, and it was still there. I arrived at the station just before 3 a.m. It was completely empty. No staff, no passengers. Just the hum of fluorescent lights and the low sound of the ventilation system. But the strange part was the platform display. It had already changed. Instead of line closed for maintenance, it now read, Platform 4, service active. Platform 4 was not in use anymore. It hadn't been for years. I checked the internal log system on my handheld device. Platform 4 didn't exist. Not in active records. Not in archived maps. Not anywhere. But I was standing right in front of it, and the lights were on. At exactly 3:14 a.m., I heard the train, not approaching from a distance. Already there, no braking sound, no warning signal. It was simply present, sitting at platform 4 like it had always been there. The doors were open, no driver cab lights, no interior announcements, no movement inside, just stillness. I remember thinking it was some kind of maintenance transfer train until I looked inside and saw passengers sitting perfectly still, not moving, not speaking, all facing forward. I should not have stepped inside, but I did. I told myself I needed to check the system ID. The moment I crossed the threshold, the doors closed behind me. No warning sound, no delay. Just a clean mechanical shut. Inside, it was colder than it should have been. The lighting was dim, not broken, just reduced, like the train was conserving energy. The passengers didn't react to me. Not one of them looked up. I walked down the carriage, seat after seat, every passenger dressed normally, office workers, commuters, nothing unusual, except none of them blinked. I pulled out my device to scan the train ID. No signal, no network connection. That was the first real moment of panic, because underground systems always maintain signal relay. Always. I tried the emergency intercom, nothing. Then I checked the internal carriage number display. It read, Car 01/service continuing. But there was no second carriage visible through the window behind me, just darkness. I walked to the front of the carriage. The driver cab door was open. There was no driver, only an empty seat and a small monitor. The monitor was already on. The screen showed live station data, but not stations I recognized. Names that didn't belong to our network. Some were partially corrupted. Others changed as I watched them. Then I noticed something worse. A line of text at the bottom of the screen. It wasn't system-generated. It was typed. Slowly appearing one character at a time. It said, Next stop. You are already on board. I stepped back immediately, and that's when I heard movement behind me. When I turned around, every passenger was now facing me. All of them. No sound, no sudden motion, just perfectly synchronized attention like they had been waiting for that exact moment. I asked if anyone could hear me. No response. Then one of them spoke. Only one. A man near the middle of the carriage. He didn't move his lips fully, just slightly. And he said, "You were assigned here already." I told him there must be a mistake, that I was staff, that I didn't belong on this train. He tilted his head slightly and replied, "Neither did we." That was when the lights flickered once, just once. And when they came back, there were more passengers than before. I ran back toward the door, but the carriage layout had changed. The door I entered through was gone. In its place was another seated row of passengers, now looking at me. The train began moving, slow at first, then steady. But the windows showed nothing outside. No tunnels, no stations, no lights. Just darkness moving alongside us, like we weren't traveling through space, but through something else entirely. I checked my device one last time. It finally connected. One last system message came through. It read, "Service completed. Passenger file number 010 verified." And underneath it, my name was listed as the final entry. I don't know how long the journey lasted after that. There was no sense of time inside, only motion and silence. Eventually, the doors opened again. I was standing back on platform 4. The train was gone, the station was empty, and the system log showed no record of any service that night, except one thing. A new file had been created. Passenger file number 10. Status delivered. The train moves on, and some passengers never really leave. Next stop, unknown.